Welcome to PPM Express webinars. Today we'll talk about the best practices around building product and portfolio roadmaps using PPM Express. Before I start talking about roadmaps, let's review what the PPM Express can do for organization. PPM Express is a platform for integrated project portfolio management and product management. PPM Express integrates with many product management, work management tools that organizations use today, such as Azure DevOps, Microsoft Planner, Project Online, Jira, Monday.com, Smartsheet, Project for the Web, and Asana. PPM Express tightly integrated with Office 365 and Microsoft Teams and can provide unified experience working with any type of project management and work management tools. PPM Express allows organization to build and define portfolios, make sure that portfolios and work is prioritized and aligned with strategy and objectives. PPM Express allows companies to manage programs, projects, schedules, and risks. Make sure that companies are on top of the resource allocation. They can manage capacity, understand utilization, and they can build roadmaps, visualize strategy, and use hundreds of different reports in Microsoft Power BI to report on the progress, portfolios, products, and projects. Today we'll focus on one component, building roadmaps, and make sure that can be used to visualize the strategy and show the action plan, what the company and team is going to do. So let's review first what are the product roadmaps. And roadmap is a universal format. It can be used not only by product teams and product developer organization. It can be used by any type of organization running project. But if you go to the formal definition, what is a product roadmap? Is a form of an action plan to align organization around short and long-term objectives and how organization will accomplish them. Roadmaps should describe the direction and objectives, where we go. Vision and actions and priority is how we are going to accomplish that vision and implement the objectives. Product owners use roadmaps to work with their teams. It can be product teams, stakeholders, leadership, customers, and agree on how products evolve and improve over the time. The main concept is that it's an action plan. It shows the direction and it shows the plan, what organization will do or is going to do to make sure that objectives are accomplished. If we review the types of roadmaps, there are multiple types of roadmap. And again, it is a universal tool set. It can be used by product team and project team and portfolio team and strategic team and leadership. You can build strategic roadmaps, you can build portfolio roadmaps, organization can build program and project roadmaps, program increments roadmaps, or release roadmaps, technology roadmaps, business roadmaps. So many types of roadmaps. Since it is universal, you can use it different approaches for build and format for building roadmaps, like feature-based roadmap where we focus on action plan and outcome-based from where we focus that we want to achieve specific outcome and objectives and present a plan how that can be done. Before we switch to the demo, let's review some business cases that we see in organization using the roadmaps. Again, it's based on our experience and customers using PPM Express, but you can find hundreds of different scenarios and cases how roadmaps can be used. Companies can build program increment roadmaps and share it with the stakeholders. Companies can build strategic portfolio roadmaps and present it for the board. For example, our plan for year 2023, on which initiative organization will work across all the different departments. Companies can build product roadmap for specific quarter and share it with the customer to make sure that customer know what is next and that their feedback is accounted for. Companies can build different scenarios for example, for next year of development of a product and make sure that company can pick a one that really serves the needs of the customers, the leadership is aligned with the objectives and goals that organization has. Product managers and project managers can build roadmaps for technical depth and enables implementation for software product We all know that software product have some depths and they need to work on the back end and core functionality. And you might have a roadmap how that can be aligned. It can be internal roadmap, not shared with the customers, but still it's our action plan and vision how we will improve our technical capabilities. And in addition, companies can share roadmaps. They can send it as images, they can use it on the websites, they can use them in presentation, or they can use them in Microsoft Teams. They can embed roadmaps into Microsoft Teams and use for collaboration and increase the transparency, collaboration with their teams. We reviewed all the concept and let's start with a demo. On the screen, you see a list of roadmaps, and roadmaps have several components. So if I click on the roadmap, I can see details about this roadmap. I can see KPI section, I can see visual representation roadmap. Always I can switch to the details where I can track additional description or tags or additional details about my roadmap. Or I can switch to default view where I can see the details, and I can see the backlog view of my roadmap where I can, for example, prioritize the elements on my roadmap and decide which one should be included. PPM Express by default supports multiple prioritization frameworks, and you can use the ICE prioritization, RISE prioritization, value versus effort, Moscow, VSGF, or build a custom or combinational framework. For example, in this case, I have ICE, but also I track the estimated benefit, estimated cost, and estimated effort for implementation of specific elements. This roadmap is a strategic roadmap built out of strategic initiatives. And on the roadmaps, you can see that you can have multiple lanes. In this case, I have milestone lane, I have lane for improving IT metrics and new markets and acquisition. And here I created some elements. And those elements, in fact, are projects that I have in PPM Express and that I imported and added to my roadmap. I can see the details about the project by simply moving the mouse over. So the system says that bilateral air warming system is a project. It shows the dates, it shows the duration, shows some information. And I can see more details by clicking on the element. I can edit that information. For roadmaps, for elements on the roadmaps, you can delete them. You can move them to the backlog, so they will disappear from the visual part of it, but they will still be part of backlog elements. They will be just put on hold. You can create dependency. You can clone the element, or you can edit the element. There are multiple visualization controls that you can use. You can use large bars, you can show dates, you can hide dates, you can show progress, and so on and so on. PPM Express is using the concept of importing the elements of roadmap. Since you already have in PPM Express, you have your projects, you have backlogs for the project, you have schedules, you have milestones. You can bring in all that information to PPM Express and you can reuse that information. To do that, click on the import, and system will allow you to bring your programs, projects, milestones, tasks, or issues or work items, ideas and objectives to the roadmap. You can search, you can filter, you can find specific elements. So you have a lot of flexibility in PPM Express. Your roadmaps are dynamic. What it means that since you have that element imported to roadmap, it means that if dates change or any information is new information appeared, you can update your roadmap with data from your task or projects or milestones. And in other way, you can also create elements. For example, in this case, it's a manually created bar. But what I can do here is I can create that element in PPM Express. I create a program from that bar. I can create a project from that bar. I create a task from that bar. I create objective from that bar. Or I can create an idea from that bar. It's two-way integration, so it means that you can import information, but also you can push information into PPM Express from the roadmaps. Important element in roadmaps is a KPI section. It is an optional section. It is available. You can always turn it on or turn it off, so it is available here. But what you can do is like you can visually display some information, some roll-ups that you have in your data. For example, in this case, the team capacity is my custom field that I have on roadmap. I know that, for example, for this year, I have total capacity of 6,500 hours. Based on the information that I have, my estimate, I have 5,900 hours of the estimated effort. That's my cost, that's my estimated benefit. It's a part of roadmap. It is important component. Many tools out there that provide the ability to build roadmaps, they don't have that capabilities. They cannot build dependencies. They cannot do estimations. They cannot do prioritization. It's all integrated in PPM Express. It is synchronized and it's tracked if information changes in your target system. In this case, for example, I look at this roadmap at this task. It's a milestone, and system say me that the dates for original item differ from dates that I have on the roadmap. And I have couple actions here. So first of all, I can click on update, and I can since I selected this element, I can update dates, I can update progress, I can update status, or if I select nothing, I can select everything on my roadmap. So I can, in one action, update all the elements with dates and with statuses to keep my roadmap up to date and to reflect the latest information, the elements in my project portfolio management platform. Let's review another roadmap here. We'll come on the outcome-based roadmap. And outcome-based roadmaps are specific that you need to define the strategy. And in this case, the strategic objective is, for example, enable road mapping capabilities. And the outcomes that we want user to create any type of roadmaps with elements from roadmap. And to do that, I have some action plan that we need to have some features or activities implemented and delivered to make sure that we get that outcome that users can create roadmaps. So there are multiple ways to organize information. Again, it is a flexible tool set. You can use it the way you want, and it's fully configurable and it should fulfill your requirements. Let's go to the third roadmap. We'll go to detailed release roadmap. In this case, it's a more granular roadmap, and in this case, elements that I have on my roadmap are tasks mostly from different projects. And I can build kind of like detailed roadmaps. I can have dependencies. I can track dependencies. I can see that information change that I can track the details. So again, like you can build roadmaps on any level in PPM Express. Let's review another roadmap. For example, strategic plan. That's a part. That's a again like dynamic roadmap built with projects. Or I can go to a roadmap for Microsoft Planner, which is built from tasks from Microsoft Planner. So roadmap can be used in PPM Express for building visual timelines and visual Gantt chart for your data from Microsoft Planner, which doesn't support the Gantt chart and roadmaps. Here in PPM Express, you can use that information. You can bring in tasks from Microsoft Planner and build all the kinds of different visual roadmaps for Microsoft Planner. And last one, which is not ideal, but still something that you can use. For example, it's one of examples technology roadmap, and the technology roadmaps are roadmaps that allow you to, for example, to create a roadmap when you plan to operate some software platforms, which one you want to implement or invest into, like deploy new platform, and which one you want to migrate to decommission. And again, like you can use, for example, the costs that will be the operating cost. And for example, if I go to migrate the decommission, I have a summary that because of the decommissioning, we will save like $1.4 million on using those systems, and it means that that budget can be reused on other system, for example, for investing and for operating some other systems that I have here. As you can see, you can build different types and different styles and different look and feel of roadmaps. You can embed them into Microsoft Teams. You can export it to file. You can keep it dynamic. You can organize them using the labels or lanes. For example, I can go here and say like, okay, show me everything but sales systems, or show me the including the IT system. So a lot of the feature, a lot of the capabilities, you can build any type of visually appealing action plan for your portfolios, for your program increments, for your products, and for your projects. Let's switch back to our presentation. We have a couple more slides, and then we can conclude our webinar. The difference between the roadmap and PPM Express and other systems. Roadmaps are dynamic. They are connected and integrated with your projects, with your data. They are cross-discipline. It means that you can, on roadmaps, you can display information and list the actions for marketing, for readiness, for development, for all the different activities that are part of your, for example, release or increment or annual plan. So that's a power of PPM Express because you can bring all that information, you can view it in one place, and you can use it in the different elements on the different roadmaps. And we have a number of built-in prioritization frameworks that you can use out of the box. And that information is transparent across different types. For example, prioritization from ideas will flow to projects, and from ideas and project it will flow to roadmaps. So it supports also prioritization framework, and you can use it to prioritize backlogs and decide which elements need to be added and implemented when you build the roadmaps. If you have started a trial, or if you are not a customer, you can always start a trial for PPM Express. You can go to the ppm.express/trial. There's a small form where you can request a trial and talk to our sales team, and you can start playing with PPM Express. You can build your roadmaps and integrate with your existing systems. Thank you for your time and have a good day.